Hi everyone and welcome. It's really great having you here today. I decided to make a hybrid soap. I haven't made one of these in a while, and a hybrid is when you mix different types of soap together. In this example, my own homemade glycerin soap that I've colored with several different herbs and roots, and I'm going to be putting that inside of a very rich, buttery, cold process soap, just to create something different. And it was not a fail so much as it was a miscalculation. And I did make some mistakes in the soap. I was tired. I've been working some odd hours and not resting the way that I should. And that's just my nature. And it will probably be that way until my last day on this earth. But as such, I didn't take some of the precautions that I should have made, at least in as much as how I placed the embeds. I didn't let the soap batter set up enough so that it would suspend the embeds in the design I originally had, which was basically a wave that I wanted to run from the bottom left corner to the upper right. So there would be like this curving wave of color going up to the top. But I realized right away that it wasn't going to hold the soap up, so I kind of just stacked them along the sides, and as it thickened up, I was able to then place some of the pieces, more toward the center. But then I had this big open area, and I had it in my head that I wanted to put a line down the center with the dark blue indigo, but I didn't have enough. And so it's kind of half done. And it's fine. It's a serviceable soap that I can use or put in grab bags and that sort of thing. And I think people will be pleased with it. But it's not the showstopper that I was going for. And I will tell you that I have been so engaged when I get off work in the evening. I have like a period of time where a few hours in between my first shift and my closing shift, which runs midnight, close to midnight to 1 a.m. So, and then I get up early in the morning. So that has affected my sleep somewhat. But during that period in between, I'm able to do these things, make my soaps or whatever. But it's also when I have to do everything else. Taking care of the goats, the birds. I've got a lot of new hatchlings right now, and some in the brooder. I've got eggs in an incubator. I've got a lot of different things going on. So as such, my time is very precious. And so making a design like this where it takes time, and that was my mistake. I should have saved this for a time like on one of my days off and not rushed it. So good advice for anybody else out there, especially those just starting soaping. Make sure you can devote the time, especially when you're doing an intricate or a specific design that is going to take periods of time, like this, where you have to wait for your soap to set up and that kind of thing. But also, you have to learn to accept when things don't come out exactly the way you may have wanted, and still find the beauty within. And I did find, there are things I really like about this. When light shines through it, the sun shines through it or something, it is pretty, the different colors. And I just ignore the middle. But anyway, there is so much going on in the world right now, and I am a news hound when I can, and I do watch the news, and there is so much good that's going on, I think, right now, in that people are speaking up for what they believe is due them. And I can proudly say that in my youth, I did something very similar. I was in a few marches myself. I'm not saying I'm too old to do marches now. I live in a part of the country where that would be very difficult for a lot of different reasons. But primarily because there's nobody around here to see me picketing the goats and the birds. To travel to another town, it would be rather challenging. And by the way, these very small towns, it is very challenging as well to have any kind of political view that may diverge from whatever is the norm in the area. But that being said, I have decided to do my little part. The area that I live in, by no choice of mine, I didn't even realize it when I moved here, is very Caucasian. There's not a lot of diversity here. Until just recently, actually, when a Latino family did purchase a property nearby. And that's wonderful because it adds culture. On occasion, I will hear their music playing or the children there, and it's such a fun, exciting time. It's life. And for whatever reason, there are no families, or very few, very, very few families of color, in as much as I mean African American folks. I don't know of any in this area here. But if you just drive a couple miles into the next town, there are. But mostly working in the service industry, I don't know where they live. Or I didn't know, I should say. But I do I don't talk about charities and things very often, but recently at the food bank, I was taking some things up there, and I did see some rather poor African American families, and it gave me the idea of helping. And the only way I can help, I don't have money, or a lot of money certainly, but I have land. And so I thought what I would like to do is to give an acre of my land, like up on the main road, on the county road, a corner where there's electricity and water, just an acre of land where somebody could build or put a mobile home or whatever they want, free of charge. The only thing they would have to do is put in a septic system of some kind, and I would even help there where I could. And it would help to diversify this area, which it really needs. I've already checked with the title company. It's completely legal, and it's just something I'd like to do, to give free and clear to a family that is in need. And it would help this area because we need more diversity here. And that's the only way I know how it's ever going to happen, because it hasn't happened up to now. So I can only assume that there's a reason for that. But hi, Barry. But I'd really like to hear your input on this. Do you think this is a good idea? I'm going to do it. So it's going to happen. But any advice you might have or suggestions you might have would be welcomed. I'm really interested. I'm not a political person by nature. I have been in the past, but as I've aged, I've become more singular in my goals, just me and my little farm animals and this sort of thing. But I would like to become more involved in helping my fellow man, even more than I've done. And a lot of this comes from you all who have been so generous and kind to me here on YouTube and beyond. This has been good for me in so many ways. It has helped me to open up, to be more, to just be more of an extrovert than I have ever been in my life, except when I was young and drinking a lot of alcohol. So that's not necessary with you all. I can be myself. And so this is me being myself. And I just wanted to share it with you all. It's an idea. It's the only way that I can help. And I'm sure there are other ways that I'm not even thinking of, but this is still something I feel very strongly about that I'd like to do. It's going to take time. There's work to do with the title company and a lot of different things that have to be done. But it's something I want to do. So, yeah. I hope you enjoyed the soap making. I had a lot of fun doing it. It's not perfect, but either am I. All right, everyone, have a great day and drop back by tomorrow. I have another video that I think you'll find interesting. Goodbye.